tell us the question.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Robert Downey Jr., after a 5-year break, is returning to Marvel, but before he did that, he actually turned down Ryan Reynolds. Making the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman told Ryan Reynolds in 2021 he'd return as Wolverine after saying 4 years earlier he'd never come back doing the movie Logan.
Ryan Reynolds is widely loved for his quick wit, charm, and hilarious social media presence, but not everyone sees him as the perfect Hollywood star. Over the years, a few celebrities have made surprising comments about Reynolds, hinting at a different side of the actor that fans might not expect. Whether it was playful jabs, cryptic warnings, or behind-the-scenes stories, these moments left people wondering, could there be more to Ryan Reynolds than meets the eye? Let's take a look at the times when celebs warned us about him.
Person who wrote to me said that they worked on the set of It Ends With Us, okay? And that the villain in this entire story is not Blake Lively, it's not Justin Baldoni, but it is Ryan Reynolds. And now I look at him and I just go, how did I not see this? This is the backstory. Comes to set, reviews the dailies, the raw footage, whatever that was shot today, reviews the script, and then he goes into his trailer, allegedly. Don't gag order or sue me, Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I don't want to be involved in your drama. I'm just telling my audience what I was told. He goes into Blake Lively's trailer and they have an argument. And all of the production assistants overheard the argument, okay? Now, what was at the root of that argument, we don't know, but we can assume it had something to do with what he saw in these dailies, what he read in the script. Who even knows what led him to even visit on this day? And the person says that from that day forward, he started involving himself, that he basically became a chaperone for her on set. He was there basically every day, involved in the projects, wanting to rewrite lines, and suddenly Ryan Reynolds was trying to wrangle this project from Justin Baldoni.
Many celebrities have shared their experiences working with Ryan Reynolds, and while most praise his humor and charisma, some have hinted at a more chaotic or even unsettling side to him. One such instance involves Jake Gyllenhaal, who starred alongside Reynolds in the 2017 sci-fi thriller Life. While promoting the film, Gyllenhaal jokingly revealed that working with Reynolds was a challenge, not because of the intensity of the role, but because of Reynolds' relentless antics on set. The two developed a strong friendship, but Gyllenhaal admitted that Reynolds' humor and constant pranks often disrupted filming, leading to moments where they struggled to stay professional.
Your movie, Life.
Yeah.
This is you and Ryan Reynolds.
The set was crazy. International Space Station, the whole movie takes place zero gravity. We're floating around on wires and we're being chased by an alien. When we would cut, we just couldn't stop laughing. And producers brought us to the side and they were like, we need to talk to Ryan and Jake. And they were like, cut it out. We are wasting so much money. I was like, we're starting a bromance. Give us some time.
Cue Instagram.
TJ Miller, the director of the first Deadpool film, parted ways with the sequel due to creative differences with Ryan Reynolds. Miller explained that Reynolds, as the face of the franchise, desired greater control over its direction. Miller stated, "It became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. If he decides he wants to control it, then he's going to control it." This divergence in vision led to Miller's departure from Deadpool 2.
Would I work with him again? No. I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool, and I think it's weird that he hates me.
Do you know he hates
We
you?
had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me, as if I'm Weasel. So he was like, you know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star. You do just enough exposition that is funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie.
So he's riffing.
I just kind of listened and thought it was weird, and then I got off stage and I walked over and the whole crew was acting weird. And then I went up to Kate and I was like, that was weird, right? And she was like, of course it was fucking weird. It was insane. Everybody was like, why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is like, you know, I think he's kind of an insecure dude. His Twitter bio is showing you the parts of me that tested the best in focus groups. And I'm not sure that he's joking. I think that Ryan Reynolds, Kate thinks he hates. He's like, Kate thinks he's super frenemy with me, or even just that he hates me. I could see him hating me. But I said on Hot Ones, I went on Hot Ones and I said that, you know, what was great about Deadpool is they covered up his handsome face because he's so distracting. He must know this, but it's so distracting to look at him, and guys don't want to laugh at him because he looks like the guy that to your high school girlfriend. And then girls don't really want to laugh at him. They just think he's cute, so they'll just look at him. Like Ryan Gosling. Girls don't care if he is talking or acting.
Accurate.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So I think, but he's such a good comedian that when you cover his face, he's so quick, he's so funny. So I love him as a comedian.
Quentin Tarantino, known for his bold opinions on Hollywood and filmmaking, has also shared his thoughts on Ryan Reynolds. While he hasn't directly accused Reynolds of anything troubling, Tarantino has made it clear that he isn't a fan of modern superhero films, many of which Reynolds is heavily associated with, particularly Deadpool. The legendary director once stated that he has no interest in making a superhero movie, and some believe this could be, in part, due to actors like Reynolds, whose comedic and self-aware approach to the genre defines a major trend in Hollywood.
I mean, I used to collect Marvel comic books. I loved Marvel comic books. If all this was coming out in '86, I would be all down with it. I met a kid I'd never met before at a party the other day. He asked me about what I felt about superhero movies. You know, he's talking about how he saw the first Iron Man when he was 4. To him, Marvel movies and DC movies are movies. And there's been actually almost no competition to show him that there can be anything else. So going to the movies means going to see those movies.
Adding more to the already disturbing image of Ryan, some recent reports have surfaced suggesting that Ryan Reynolds may have excluded his Deadpool co-star, Morena Baccarin, from promotional activities for Deadpool and Wolverine. A viral TikTok video cited a blind item from July 2024, alleging that Reynolds completely iced out Baccarin during the film's promotions. Observations indicate that Baccarin was absent from many cast interviews and often posed alone on the red carpet, fueling speculation about a possible rift between the two actors.
Looks like a pattern is emerging as I found this blind item from July of 2024 stating that Ryan Reynolds completely iced out his co-star, Morena Baccarin, I think it is, and she was not included in any of the promotion for Deadpool and Wolverine. And when you think back to it, yeah, she wasn't. And if you look at the red carpet photos, she's pictured all alone by herself, not with any of the other cast. Just like what Blake did to Justin. So I wonder what the disagreement was there. I wonder if she was questioning some of the jokes in the movie. And of course, Ryan's ego couldn't take it. I'm sure there's some ironclad NDA in there and we'll never know what happened. But the promos and the videos don't lie. She wasn't in any of them with the cast. She was all alone by herself. I'm just hoping she wasn't sent to the basement.
The most recent ongoing legal dispute between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has recently intensified, with Ryan Reynolds becoming more involved. During the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary special, Reynolds made a controversial joke referencing the legal tensions between his wife, Lively, and Baldoni. Wally Ferriston, SNL's cue card handler, claimed that Reynolds pitched the joke himself, though representatives for Reynolds and NBC have denied this assertion.
Meanwhile, over the weekend, SNL did its 50th anniversary tribute, and there was one moment that seemed to stand out. That was a moment where Tina Fey and Amy Poehler called out Ryan Reynolds in the audience, and it was a little awkward.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. How's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Joking about how you and your wife essentially tried to leverage by accusing him of harassment is not amazing. It's not an amazing look. I think it's going to do serious career damage to Ryan Reynolds, and by the evidence, it probably should.
Great. Why? What have you heard?
This was the first public appearance for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds since she filed her civil rights complaint. This is a big legal battle for the two of them. So we saw Ryan poke fun at their own woes right now. They're obviously going through it. And I have to tell you that there actually is expected to be a big update in that legal saga this week. Blake Lively's attorneys have said that they are going to be filing an amended complaint against Justin Baldoni, and the judge set a deadline for tomorrow. So that can be coming very, very soon.
In response to Lively's allegations of misconduct and hostile work environment on the set of It Ends With Us, Baldoni has filed a $400 million lawsuit against Lively and Reynolds. He accuses them of defamation, civil extortion, and invasion of privacy, alleging they orchestrated a campaign to damage his reputation.
Justin Baldoni dropped a bombshell on Blake Lively this morning, and he's dragging her husband Ryan Reynolds down with her, suing them both for $400 million. $400 million is a lot of money, and it looks like he's taking down Blake, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist Leslie Sloan. Shout out to the Sloans out there. He's suing on claims of civil extortion, defamation, false light invasion of privacy, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, intentional interference with contractual relations, economic advantage, and much more. He's also calling her out for trying to sell her alcohol brand and sell her hairline while they're promoting a movie about domestic violence.
Newly released raw footage by Baldoni's legal team from the set of It Ends With Us shows an awkward, unscripted slow dance between the two stars. A clip that Baldoni's team claims proves nothing more than professional improvisation. However, critics argue the video looks increasingly bad for Lively, suggesting it undercuts her narrative of unwanted advances on set.
It's all part of the It Ends With Us battle. It's called Discovery, where they share all of the information that may prove her case, and also Justin will seek information that will prove his. The only problem is that Justin's side is now responding, saying, hey, this isn't right. They just want blanket call logs of everything that went down. They'll use this to smear my client. So I'm going to share what Justin Baldoni had to say, but let's just do a quick refresher of the subpoenas, and then we've got our lawyer friend explaining why they think this is all just PR. So, sending out a series of subpoenas to cell carriers AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, as well as alleged social media manipulator Jed Wallace, the Gossip Girl vet, and Ryan Reynolds want to get a look at the real receipts.
And then there are other moments to go like, am I the in the room? Like, what is happening here? I would show up on a set. I knew that they just wanted me to show up and look cute and stand on a little pink sticker where I'm supposed to go and say what I'm supposed to say. But I also knew that like that wasn't fulfilling for me, that I wanted to be a part of the storytelling, that I wanted to be a part of the narrative, whether that be in the writing, in the costume design, in creating the character. And sometimes I had directors or producers or writers who would welcome that and invite that once they saw that I was able to offer that. And sometimes I would have people who really resented that because they were like, we just hired you to be an actor. Yet when I went in the meetings, I would just seem like I'm just there to be the actor and ready to get the gig. I wouldn't reveal that I actually need to have authorship in order to feel fulfilled.
While Lively's legal team insists that every frame corroborates her allegations of inappropriate behavior, Baldoni's camp maintains the exchange was entirely consensual and benign. As both sides gear up for a courtroom showdown, the raw footage is intensifying public debate over who's really telling the truth, leaving fans and industry insiders to wonder which side the evidence will ultimately favor.
Again, I think that was important because Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of acting creepy towards her and how the whole set was super tense all the time. But I don't know, that kind of looked like two co-stars getting along. Moving on to another portion of the video. You know, in her lawsuit, Blake Lively accused Justin Baldoni of making inappropriate comments about her body, which in his lawsuit, Justin Baldoni countered, saying, actually, no, Blake Lively was the one who made fun of my nose. Roll the tape.
It's just so nosy.
I know. My nose is so big.
Yes. I was hoping that we could address this. It's not too late. Just gotta shut down, gotta call an insurance month and just deal with that.
Yeah.
And then,
God.
Ryan Reynolds faced backlash after allegedly staging an autograph signing to repair his image. The controversy stemmed from Blake Lively's lawsuit against It Ends With Us, director Justin Baldoni for harassment and fat-shaming.
So a little while back, Ryan Reynolds, the guy from Deadpool, was signing some autographs, right? Cool. Psych, not cool. Because see, Ryan Reynolds had a problem. People were quick to point out that this whole thing seemed staged, that maybe Ryan's team called professional autograph grifters, people who sell autographs, and say, hey, yo, Ryan finna be in this spot. You better show up. And then Ryan looked like Mr. Big Money, Mr. Please, no pictures. But the question remains, why would Ryan have to do this? Well, you see, Ryan had a bigger problem. And his problem stems from what happened between his wife, Blake Lively, and a guy named Justin Baldoni.
We need to talk about the fake paparazzi stunt. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds and team decided that they wanted to get in the press, that he's still beloved, that people still love him. And so he was just pictured walking into a random building, and there were all these fans outside with these photos strapped to cardboard for him to sign. We all remember comma, comma, comma. Yes. None of those bitches had huge cardboard cutouts or pictures of Anne Hathaway, with markers for her to sign. It's all iPhone, take a selfie with me. That's what people want. This entire like alleged setup by his team that he's just like still so sought after. It's just hilarious. It's hilarious.
She talking about go see the movie. It's super great. And she's super excited. But the problem is, it ends with Us. The movie she was doing was about domestic violence. And people were like, yo, man, your tone is a little too jubileal and happy for a domestic violence film. Blake Lively said, what them peasants say? People said you were doing too much of this while talking about domestic violence. Blake Lively said, okay, so I'm suing Justin Baldoni. People said, what? She said, yeah, y'all saying my tone was too happy and all that in the interviews. I know Justin Baldoni put y'all up to that. And plus, he harassed me. Everyone said,
The New York Times supported Blake, leading to Justin losing work. Justin countersued Blake, Ryan, and the newspaper, claiming they tried to take control of the movie. He released receipts disproving Blake's claims. Ryan allegedly used his influence to get Justin fired.
Now, as soon as she says this, the New York Times comes out with an investigative report saying, yo, Blake Lively probably telling the truth. Justin Baldoni ain't it. It all comes down on Justin Baldoni. People are cussing him out. He's losing awards. He's losing work. He gets dropped by his talent agency. But here's where things start to get wicked. Justin Baldoni don't take this lying down. Justin Baldoni decides to pull an Uno reverse card. He says, but it is I who is suing you. He sues Blake Lively, the New York Times, and Ryan Reynolds.
Recent events have intensified scrutiny of Ryan Reynolds' behavior in the entertainment industry. We all remember when Reynolds revealed he had offered a role in Deadpool and Wolverine to filmmaker Jordan Peele. However, Peele declined due to his commitments to other projects, with Reynolds noting he's busy building a gigantic empire. These incidents have sparked discussions about Reynolds' professional conduct and decision-making within the industry.
Ryan Reynolds had an ensemble cast of 45 different actors join him for Deadpool and Wolverine, but one person who told him no was Jordan Peele. Making Deadpool and Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds' initial plan wasn't to have Hugh Jackman in it and actually just have it be called Deadpool 3. That was because the initial plan for Deadpool 3 was to have it to be a road trip Christmas comedy about Deadpool traveling to the North Pole. And Ryan Reynolds, who is a big fan of Jordan Peele's work as a writer, director, and actor, wanted him to play a villain in the movie. Jordan Peele told Ryan Reynolds no, saying he was just too busy doing other projects. Then after Disney bought Fox for $71 billion, there was actually a several-year delay for Deadpool 3 and a lot of things got changed. Years later, Ryan Reynolds asked Jordan Peele to come back and play a villain in Deadpool and Wolverine. He gave the same exact excuse this time, saying he was busy once again. Looking at Jordan Peele's credits, it points to another reason where he used to just act and not direct or write. His more recent credits are him as a director and producer, and he only acts when he's running the project. And also during this period, he was in talks with Marvel about directing a new X-Men trilogy, but that seems to have fizzled out. Very likely Peele won't act without directing. With that, I'm Charles Pearl. Subscribe to learn something.
This drama between Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds is getting intense. With lawsuits, accusations, and even SNL jokes stirring the pot, it's hard to tell who's really in the wrong. What are your thoughts on this messy situation? Drop your opinions below.